The general election is fast approaching and it is very clear what the two main parties think they need to secure in order to win: the grey vote. Sure, the Labour Party has vowed to increase the minimum wage from £8.21 to £10 within the next year, while the Tories have pledged to extend English childcare provision into school holidays, but to all intents and purposes it is those of retirement age rather than working age that their manifestos have been designed to woo. Take the Conservatives. The Boris Johnson-led party has always done well with older voters, securing the backing of 58% of 60 to 69-year-olds and 69% of over 70s in 2017, but it clearly isn't resting on its laurels. One of its key manifesto pledges is to maintain the pensions triple lock that was introduced by the coalition government in 2011 and will see pensioners effectively get a pay rise of 3.9% come April next year. So far so predictable. It would, after all, be a very brave party that would risk losing the grey vote by taking away something pensioners have become accustomed to receiving for the best part of a decade. And let's not forget the trouble Theresa May ran into with confidence and supply buddy the DUP after she tried to water down the triple lock during her time at number 10. Short shrift hardly begins to cover it. Labour, which in 2017 won the hearts and minds of teenage voters but failed to make an impact on the older generations, has gone much further. Not only has Jeremy Corbyn's party pledged to keep the triple lock, it has vowed to scrap the planned rise in the state pension age from 66 to 67 and pay compensation to Waspi women too. A whole £58 billion of compensation. Speaking after his party had revealed its manifesto last week, at the weekend Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell told The Observer that a debt of honour was owed to women born in the 1950s because during their working lives the state pension age had increased from 60 to 65 then on again to 66. Peddling the myth that these women had paid into a pension pot and so deserved to get a specific level out, he called that shift an historic injustice and promised to introduce a universal scheme that would see millions of affected women handed an average compensatory payment of £15,380 if Labour wins the vote. Perhaps he had only just realised that his party only won 27% of the 60-something vote in 2017 and thought this would be a good way to secure a bigger share this time round. Perhaps he was making hay out of the fact that the Tories refused to offer any Waspi compensation during their manifesto launch on Saturday. Or perhaps he really believes, as the 1950s women have become very adept at repeating, that these women have been robbed of what they believe is rightfully theirs. Either way, Mr. McDonnell has made one hell of a shaky move, not least because the £58 billion hasn't. For more on this story, visit the news article link.